welcome back to my film and TV channel. You're all staying safe and well. We're going over to Netflix today. I always try and be a bit kinder with straight to streaming. Yes, as long as I'm reasonably entertained, I sort of don't mind too much. And I think we've got one here that people being a bit critical about, and I think unfairly actually for what we get and what comes out of it. We're going to have a look at something called A Woman in Cabin 10. A 15 certificate, 92 minutes, spot on with the time, absolutely spot on for that. A psychological thriller directed by Simon Stone, who co-wrote the screenplay with Joe Shrapnel, great name, and Anna Waterhouse. And yes, it's based on the Ruth Ware novel from 2016. Tanya Hussein from Collider called this smart, stylish and suspenseful, although she was in the minority, I think. Peter Travers himself, a journalist, wrote, "This waterlogged whodunit sinks like a stone." All right, I think a little bit of play on Simon Stone there, but they can't both be right, can they? But I agree more with one of them than the other, let's put it that way. Please, guys, if you're new to the channel, push that like button, that'd be fantastic. If you're not already subscribed, please do so. If you like the content, enjoy the content, I'll try and give a wide range of opinions, not just my own, which are important, of course, but I also give other people's and a critique on that as well. So hope you enjoy the format I do anyway, that'll be fantastic. And if you've got any hype points, which we've got on YouTube now to spare, I would be very grateful. Helps all the algorithms, helps the channel, of course. Over the next few weeks, I hope to hit 50,000 subscribers for this, of course, and the football side of things. But yeah, any help you can give me will be fantastic. And I hope you just enjoy the content and stay tuned for a few moments at the end of this as well for a couple of other ways you might be able to help us out on the channel. Right, this stars, yes, the first thing that probably attracted me to it, in fairness, Keira Knightley's in this. Guy Pearce, I like Guy Pearce. David Ajala, Art Malik, Gugu Mbatha-Raw, Kea Scodelario, David Morrissey, Daniel Ings, and Hannah Waddingham. Waddingham, sorry, my apologies, Hannah. Change your name. So yeah, a reasonable cast. Not all the greatest actors, I don't think, but not a bad cast. What's it about? Well, while on board a luxury yacht for a travel assignment, a journalist witnesses a passenger thrown overboard late at night, only to be told that it didn't happen. Yes, as all the passengers and crew are accounted for, despite no one believing her, she continues to look for answers, putting her own life in danger. Well, she's a journalist. That's a job. Investigative journalism. That's what you should be doing. Yes, this was released by Netflix on the 10th of October 2025. I watched this and reviewed this on the 14th of October 2025. Right, my little thoughts. I had seen some of the review scores for this. They weren't great, and sometimes if I do see that, I don't tend to start watching something if there's other things to do, unless I'm desperate. I don't tend to start watching it on that basis. But I might not bother with this, which is a shame because I don't think it's as bad as some are saying. Certainly, that first critique we mentioned earlier on. Yes, the premise is borderline ridiculous, a little bit, but yeah, I mean, it only becomes more ridiculous as the actual thing goes on. It's quite interesting at the start, anyway. First half of the film is fine. I mean, some of the ideas then get a bit silly and preposterous, but so what? It's only a bit of fun. It's only entertainment, isn't it? You don't have to take it too seriously, unlike some people who seem to have. As a small mystery on a fancy yacht, the plot's okay. Knightley does her best to keep things afloat, even when things threaten to sink. So pardon my puns as well now. Guy Pearce is an excellent, smarmy, conniving, horrible character. Rich. He plays it very, very well. Well done, Guy. And as I say, most of the other members of the cast are perhaps a little bit underutilised or perhaps a little limited with what they can do anyway. But Guy and Keira sort of carry this for me anyway. I quite enjoy that. Peyton Robinson, RogerEbert.com. He only scored it 38, but he wasn't exactly scathing with it. I just find it hard to understand why he gave it such a low mark. He said, this entertains enough to pass the time, but certainly doesn't thrill. Now, sometimes for me, as I said, I'm a bit kinder to straight to streaming efforts, and passing the time is always good. And there's nothing wrong with passing the time. I don't mind watching a film and getting on my phone and doing other bits and pieces. And the film can be playing away. I can still enjoy it. Say, obviously, I don't want to do that when I go to the cinema. When I'm sat my ass at home watching on Netflix or Prime or Paramount or Apple TV or whatever, then yeah, I don't mind that. You know, I've got other things to do as well, and as long as the film is not totally boring in the background, it's fine. I can put up with that. So thrill wise, yeah, not so bothered. It's a little minor thrills for me, small ones, but we've got Keira Knightley as well. And as I said, Guy Pearce, who I like. So I'm quite happy with that. Matt Goldberg, the rap, he only scored it 35. He was a bit more scathing with his remarks. He said, the film aspires to be yet another eat the rich parable in our time of oligarchs. And while there's no rule that these stories need to be dark comedies, they should at least aspire to have some kind of personality. I mean, does it really? Uh, yeah, aspire to be yet another Eat the Rich parable? I'm not too sure. I mean, I just watch it for entertainment. I don't try and read too much between the lines on these things. And unlike most, I say you don't have to think too deeply about it. This is just a sort of afternoon watch, if you like, an afternoon watching for hour and a half. Time flies with sort of curled up on the settee. I don't think it's anything to worry about. And it's a whodunit where perhaps the good guys may just come out the winners in the end as well, which is always good. And the rich people look like the shits they are, or most, I'm sure not all of them, but of course the ones portrayed in this. Clarice Luffrey from The Independent, again, I think, thinking too deeply about this. She only scored it 40 and said it's Agatha Christie for the age of mindless scrolling. Yeah, I don't mind mindless scrolling. It's a murder mystery that only works if you're not really paying attention. All right, I was on the phone watching it. It was all right. So it did work, yeah. And happy in the fact that these characters on screen aren't really either. But I thought, let's say, as long as the leads work, what does it matter about some of the others? I mean, it's a bit mean on the viewer there, but I think Clarice is right. But there's nothing wrong in being right. I mean, I just simply wanted something perhaps silly and light to pass the time. I don't expect bells and whistles with this sort of thing. So Clarice is being cruel and a bit mean to the viewer, but she's probably right. But there's a time and place, isn't there? I'm sure Clarice will just switch off sometimes and want something easy like this as well. But to critique it for that is probably wrong for me. Let's have a look at a positive review. Caroline Suede is less insulting and more accepting. She writes for the AV Club and scored it 67 out of 100 and said, this is Hitchcock light with a great leading lady and a story that doesn't overstay its welcome. It may not be the kind of film that lingers after it's done, but for a good trip rather than a long trip, it's worth climbing aboard. There you go, all the puns you want, and absolutely spot on from Caroline. Absolutely spot on, love. I mean, keep your expectancy levels below decks for this one, and you may even enjoy the cruise. There you go, even more puns to finish off. Well, let's face it, it has to be far better than Good Ship Murder, and there's no singing or wooden acting from a certain Shane Ward involved, so it's a winner for me, basically, based on that. What are others saying? As I said, not great. Rotten Tomatoes, 13 fresh, 39 rotten. That's make that 14 fresh. I'm going to be fresh on this. I'm going to come on the side of fresh. Metacritic 41 out of 100, just 16 critics. 2 were positive, but 11 were mixed, which I can understand, and 3 were negative. Rotten Tomatoes audience just 2.5 out of 5. Metacritic users 4.6 out of 10. But Internet Movie Database 16,000 scores and reviews, and it's getting a 5.9, which is about right. I think a 5 point anything anywhere between 5.5 and 6 is right for this. I can't wholeheartedly recommend it as a watch, but but you've got Knightley, who makes it all very watchable in the end. So I am going to give it my little watchable score of 6 out of 10. I was bordering on 5.5, but I did enjoy it. I did, I just turned my brain off a little bit and just went with the flow. Did a couple of other things while I was watching it, and I enjoyed it. I must admit. So yeah, I'll give it a 6 out of 10, which is a recommended, especially if you're Keira Knightley fan, Guy Pearce fan. Give it a watch, guys. Let me know your thoughts. Anyway, great to have your views on this. Less scathing than some of the critics, but I thought it was okay. Straight to streaming. It's okay, it's fine by me. Let me know your thoughts. Please, guys, if you smash those buttons, you want to contact me through YouTube or through any of my socials, or you can help the channel if you can spare us just another few moments to, there's like sponsorship, stuff like that. If you want, if you like the channel, like the content, want to help me out going forward, all you ever have to do is keep watching and listening. Hi again, hope you enjoyed the feature, guys. Thanks for watching. Please, if you did enjoy the content, please like, give us a thumbs up, and if you've not already done so, press that subscribe button. If you've not already subscribed, that'd be wonderful. It's free to subscribe, absolutely free. Also, check out my social media links if you want to follow me on TikTok, Instagram, X, Facebook. They'll all be in the description below. And my special thanks to supporters of the channel, yes, Piat6505, who have an eBay shop selling film and TV memorabilia, including posters, books, magazines. There'll be a link again in the comments section. And if you're into your football, don't forget my football stuff on Manchester City, for general football fans, but mainly City fans, of course. Or if you know someone who might enjoy that, give them a kick in my direction. I'll be very, very grateful. And as ever, guys, comments on this feature is wonderful. Anything to do with film and TV is always very, very welcome. It's great to talk film and TV. I thank you guys for your support. Stay safe, everyone.